What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Pause Reset Play. We are playing the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, and this is the special edition, of course, that just came out about a month ago or so. Wanted to see how it performed with a pretty high-end graphics card. I'll list the complete specs in the description, but this is the GTX 980 Ti, so the top range card from last year. So certainly folks who have a GTX 1070 will have similar performance, and then if you bump it up to the 1080, you'll have even better. So one of the things I wanted to show first here, we are at High Hrothgar, where you meet the Greybeards, and one of the improvements that they had is the depth of field. So just wanted to show this off really quick. You know, of course I'm looking down there at Whiterun right now. Pretty cool how you can see it. There's a decent amount of detail. You know, of course you can't see any people walking around or anything like that, but still cool that you can see all the way down there. You can see the Western Watchtower where you run into the first dragon, or the second dragon, the first one that you battle, and Bleak Falls Barrow over here. So you can see a good amount of detail from way up here. I believe that might even be Winterhold all the way over there. Or no, excuse me. That would be Windhelm, sorry. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. You can see a good bit of detail from way up here. Wanted to show that off first. For the most part, the performance is pretty awesome. You know, the game has been optimized a bit better than it was in the original edition. Now there is some drops in frames. You know, going through places like Riverrun here, or excuse me, Riverwood, the performance does drop down. You know, right now I'm at like 48 FPS. You know, right around like the low 50s, high 40s, and we'll let him go. We're not really concerned about that. But places like this, the frame does drop down. Now I do have a bunch of mods installed. I'll put a full list of the mods that I have installed right now. But a lot of stuff here to improve the graphics quite a bit. So it's going to look way better than even the standalone version of Skyrim does. You know, for PC players, really the graphics for the original edition, if you had that modded, looked a lot better than the vanilla version of the special edition. So it makes sense why they offered it for free if you had all the DLC. So I mean, once you kind of get squared away here, the frames, like I said, in areas like this, it is around that low 50s, high 40s, but it's only in areas like this, Riverwood, Whiterun, some of the major cities like Riften as well. The frames do drop down quite a bit, but the graphics look awesome. You know, I have a lot of these mods that make the water look better. Mods that make the foliage look a lot different, a lot more robust. There's a dragon there. We're going to ignore that for a second. But just walking around here, once you kind of get running around, the frames do stay pretty consistent. You know, there are some drops here and there, but by and large, I think you're going to get some pretty awesome performance. I mean, even if you tweak the settings a little bit, I mean, I have all the settings maxed out here, so you know the frames are going to drop a bit here and there, but if you tweaked it a bit, lower them, the frames would stay more consistent. And then obviously having all the mods here, it does make quite a bit of a difference than not having these mods in. I mean, if I didn't have any mods installed, the frames would always be at 60. With that said, in dungeons and indoor areas, it's always at 60. It doesn't drop at all. But I wanted to kind of give a full representation here of what you could expect if you're walking around and just kind of exploring throughout Skyrim in general. But wanted to kind of show off the performance here. Wanted to show some of the different mods. Like I said, I do have a lot of the mods installed to make your character look a lot better. Mods that add different types of armor, weapons. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different mods that you can download. And even though some have not been ported over from the original Skyrim to this special edition, a lot of those are coming in slowly but surely. By and large, I think the improvements here are pretty impressive. You know, even things like the volumetric God rays, that might be a little bit hard to see here, but there's times when that really kind of shows off. I already showed you the depth of field. So if you have a pretty high-end system, you know, even if you had something like a 970 or a 1060, I think you're going to be able to mod this game out pretty well and get some awesome performance. That's part of the reason why the special edition is pretty great, is because they optimized it quite a bit better. So it does run more smooth. You know, overall, I think the experience is a bit better. I have had the game crash, you know, once or twice. Nothing crazy. You know, but you know, there are some times when the game will crash every now and again. Just want to go real quick to one of the caves, you know, just so you can kind of see how it looks indoors. One of the things that I might want to do in the future here is improve the lighting. I did install one of the EMBs, and while it makes the game look amazing, there's times when the game does look a bit dark. So you see right now we're inside this cave, getting a steady 60 frames here, not dropping at all. So this is what you're going to expect when you're exploring ruins, caves, the Dwemer locations. The frames are not going to drop at all. So you're going to have a really steady experience in these areas. The only time, you know, that you have the drops is in the major towns and cities. So there you have it. You know, let me know what you think. Let me know what system you're using, if you're getting similar performance. Also, if there's any mods that you'd recommend, post those in the comments as well. Always on the lookout for new mods and you know, experiencing this game more and more. It's one of the coolest things about the special edition. Even on the consoles, you know, there's that mod capability. So if you could, please give me a like and subscribe. That would be tremendous. But most importantly, thanks for watching, and catch you guys soon.